Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Office Agenda 247. Today is the agenda of completing Module C via your mini marathon classes. IE&IFS, we will be talking about marathon classes, and specifically Module C will be taken care of in this particular session. So I hope that the other two sessions, that is for PPB as well as RBWM, you have seen in the morning. Now let's move on to IE and IFS. In the previous marathon classes, we have seen module A and B, and that too we have seen via the lens of PYQs, previous year questions. All those topics which are important based on PYQs we have discussed. Okay, now is it fine? Is it fine now? Quickly just tell me. Low audio. Okay, so let's begin the session with the first question, which is based on the Narasimham Committee 1. Because see, this particular module, if I talk about an overview of module C, you will find a mix of data-based questions, plus along with that more types of committees, their forms. After that you have years, types of DFIs, all such type of question will be asked. How the voice is low. I just attended one session here. Okay. Is it fine like this? Is it okay? Okay, now it's fine. Okay, now it's okay, I think. Like this. Now it's fine. Doing the job. Okay, so let's start the question, which states that which among the following are the recommendations of Narasimham Committee 1. There are three options. When this is a PYQ question, you will find it in many sources from various you can say sources. You can decipher this. Why I am saying this? Because in module A as well as in the initial lectures you will find the reference of Narasimham Committee. Then in module B specifically it is mentioned. Now module C also it is mentioned. So it becomes very important. That is why I have asked this question multiple times. What will be the right answer? Establishment of 4-tier hierarchy for banking structure. Then you have a phased reduction in SLR. SLR reduced in a phased manner. Phased achievement of 10% CAR, capital adequacy ratio. What will be the right answer? Phased achievement of 10% or something else? So correct answer is yes, everybody is right, 1 and 2 only. But what about the phased implementation or achievement of CAR? It was what? 8%. All these recommendations are very important. Mark this, very important. This one is the most important point here. 8% when we talk about capital adequacy ratio. Very important point. Okay, along with that, the entire structure for Narasimham Committee 1 you must remember, like establishment of a 4-tier hierarchy for banking structure with 3 to 4 large banks. I mean, at that time we are talking about 1990s, 3 to 4 large banks including SBI at the top, and at the bottom then we have rural banks engaged in agricultural activities. So now it is very common for us to know that okay, such type of structure is there, but back then in 1980s and initial 1990s it was not there at all. Okay, plus we have various things like phased reduction of SLR, along with that setting up of ARF, asset reconstruction fund, to take over the portion of stressed asset. Now which is the organization right now earmarked for your stressed assets, that the bad loans from the banks will go to that particular organization, and it will basically help the banks reeling under the stress to come out of that. Tell me if you know the answer, because it is also a part of your module C. Okay, so I hope that this thing is clear, that why third statement is wrong. Fine. Section 4 of the RBI Act, paid up capital of the bank shall be what? You have to tell me the paid up capital. See, such types of questions are very common in module C. Let me again tell you, because the nature of topics which are being mentioned in the syllabus when it comes to module C, it is more or less talking about the number, the data point. Nobody is asking you there the concepts, the conceptual knowledge is not being tested as is there in the case with module B and somewhat with module D as well. Section 4 RBI Act, paid up capital for the bank should be, it should be what? 5 CR. Option B will be the right answer. Good. Good, everybody. Everybody is telling me that B is the right answer. Good, good, good. Fine. So any doubt you can also ask me. Keep on asking the doubts as well, because ultimately this session will be fruitful only if you resolve your doubts. Module C, you can say not so heavy in nature, but expectation is there that from module C somewhat around 20-21 questions can be asked, 20-21 markers, fine. In total, if you say the weightage of module C, it will revolve around 20 to 21 marks. Section 13 of RBI Act, meeting of central board shall be convened by the governor at least dash times each year. How many times each year? And it is what? C, fine, 6 times. And what about the MPC, Monetary Policy Committee meeting? It is held normally how many times a year? Normally, like it happened in Feb, now recently concluded in 9th April. So what is the number then there what is the number, actual number, whether it is 6 or something else? Are we talking about the MPC when it comes to section 13? That is my question. Mostly every what, say 2 months, every 2 months. So 6 will be the right answer for that also. Okay, next question. Now this is very important. Twice it has been asked in the examination, fine. And the beauty of this question is that the limit of the scheme has not been updated till yet, fine. The limit is the same as it was when the book was published. Our book, that is from IIBF. Minimum loan size for equipment finance under the SIDBI Make in India soft loan, which is also known as your SMILE, fine, soft loan fund for your MSME. What will be the right answer? Minimum 1 CR, 10 lakh, 50 lakh or 25 lakh? Minimum. And what is the maximum? Do let me know what is the maximum as well. Minimum, definitely it is option B, 10 lakh. What about the maximum? Maximum limit, it will be how many? 50 lakh or 1 CR? Let me give you a hint. What will be the right answer then? If somebody is asking us the maximum limit, come on. What will be the right answer? Okay. These are very important. Mark the tables which are given in your module C. Very important, fine. The same thing applies to module D as well. Module A, B, all the modules where tables are given. Now, those tables are very important, because twice or thrice we have seen from this particular table only question has been asked. So when we talk about the soft loan fund for MSME, SMILE, the minimum is 10, maximum finance for the minimum loan size is 10 lakh for the equipment finance, and minimum loan size for other categories 25 lakh. That also you must know, fine. 10 lakh to everybody knows, but what about the others? Fine, others, when we talk about the minimum size, it is 25 lakh. That is also we must take out from this particular session. Loan tenure is up to 10 years including 3-year moratorium. Then SCF we have, OEMs, cash, credit, all these things. This table is very important. I'm again reiterating the fact that it is the most important one when we talk about the entire coverage of SIDBI which is given in the book. Same goes for speed, the loan, that is speed, then speed plus is also there, tulip is also there, top up loan. Fine, this can be asked that what is the full form of tulip, fine, under which you can say organization does this scheme falls, under whose purview it falls. Then star, not the health insurance, star, the SIDBI when we talk about solar PV photovoltaic plants. Then safe is what it is for the assistance to facilitate the emergency response against coronavirus. This cannot be asked, fine, this is very rare chance that this particular question can be asked, but again you must know. Then Twarit is important, timely working capital assistance to revitalize the industries in times of corona crisis. This Twarit can be asked, not safe and safe plus, these are pretty much old. Twarit can be asked only because of the name. Okay. RBI regulatory framework for microfinance loans, directions 2022. What will be the right answer here when you talk about the collateral free loans given to the household? Annual income what? So you have to read the entire question, no doubt, on the first time, but eventually as we will enter in the last week before the exam, you must be in a position to just read the keywords. RBI direction 2022, microfinance loan, collateral free, household income what? That's it. Okay, that will increase the speed, because I have received many queries from the participants, from the bankers who are giving this exam, that how we should increase the speed in this limited time. So you must focus on the keywords. That is the first thing. So it will be what? 3 lakh or 5 lakh? Fine. Various you can say limits are being discussed in the open forum. 3 lakh or 5 lakh according to 2022, that is also the keyword. So it is obviously 3 lakh. Fine. AFC, Asset Finance Company in India, is one whose income arising out of the principal business is not less than dash of its total asset and total income. Total asset, total income. What will be the right answer? Asset Finance Company, not the Asset Reconstruction Company. Fine. ARC, we are not talking about the ARC, we are talking about the AFC. Principal is not less than dash of its total asset and total income. Quickly. It will be 30%, 80%, 60% or 90%. Madhavi is saying 80%. K. Digambar is also with 80%. AFC we are talking about. 80 or 60? Yes, B will be the right answer here. Fine. It is written C, but B will be the right answer. Okay, 80%. Price discovery in the financial markets is affected by which among the following? You have to select the correct answer based on the concept of price discovery. See, in unit number 29 only this particular topic can be asked, because it has been asked once, so they can ask it again. Price discovery. What is this price discovery? Price discovery of what? Price discovery of the instruments involved in the financial market. Supply demand, attitude to risk, then we have volatility, apart from that available information, and also market mechanism. So everyone is correct when they say that D will be the right answer. Okay, these features you must remember once the question has been asked. Okay, which among the following statement are the correct with respect to payment banks? Now this payment banks is important, because from the last year itself many, you can say, guidelines have been issued by the RBI pertaining to the payments bank. So question can be asked. Chances are there that this time question can be asked. Payment banks can accept the deposits of up to 3 lakh per customer. Then you have some SLR related thing given that the money received as deposits can be invested in government securities which are eligible for inclusion in SLR. Can it happen? They are permitted to issue the debit cards, although not credit cards. Right now we are seeing that many payment banks, they are having a mechanism via which they say that this particular credit card will be available from our side, but whether they can directly issue it or not. Okay, payment banks cannot lend. Have you ever seen that Airtel Payments Bank has disbursed 10 lakh loan? Nothing that sort happens. Okay, so option B will be the right answer. First one, 3 lakh. What will be the right answer? Whether it is 3 lakh, something else, 5 lakh, 2 lakh, what will be the right answer? If we are saying first is the wrong statement, what will be the right number? 2 lakh, 5 lakh or 6 lakh? It is up to 2 lakh. Good. Bhargavi, good. Fine. As per which section of BRA, Banking Regulation Act 1949, RBI gives the license to banks? RBI gives license to banks based on which of the following section when we talk about BRA, Banking Regulation Act 1949. This Banking Regulation Act, RBI Act, very, very important. But you must keep one thing in mind while studying both of them, that what is the genesis? Okay, why BRA is there? What is the role of BRA when we talk about the particular act? Fine, why it is there, that you must remember, because from that only questions will be asked. You have RBI Act, so question can be asked that why or which section under the RBI Act provides the power to the RBI to govern these things. Fine. So basic ideas you must have about everything, and most important one is obviously RBI giving license to the banks. It will be what? Which section? It is option C, section 22 under the BRA Act. Okay, how much was the tulip? Done. This is done. Price discovery. How much was the minimum deposit of banks that were nationalized in 1969? In 1969, there were 14 banks which were nationalized. So what was their minimum deposit? Fine, club together, what was the minimum deposit? 25 crore, 50, 100 or 200 crore? And what about the second phase of nationalization? What was the limit then? It will be B, that is 50 crore. And what about the second phase nationalization of the banks? In the second phase, phase 2 of nationalization of banks, when there were 6 banks nationalized, there what was the limit? What was the limit? Whether it was 200 CR or 100 CR? 200 or 100? It was 200. Fine. Which among the following committees has recommended the establishment of universal banks? Universal banks. Good Vikas, good. K. Digambar, Gairaboni, Sulochna, good. 200. Padmavati, Kavita, second phase, Madhavi, yes, good everybody. Fine. So we are in sync. That's good to know. Which among the following committees has recommended the establishment of universal banks, UBs? Again, a simple question. Narasimham 1, 2, the Hote committee or Sodhani committee? Which will be the right answer here? Questions can be asked from the committees that everybody knows, but what are the most important committees? The 4 most important ones are these only, from where question can be picked. Most important one, Narasimham 1 and 2. So can anybody tell me what was the major aim or recommendation of Sodhani committee, the Hote committee? Anybody? Narasimham 1, 2, everybody knows. What about these two committees? They were for what? What was the basic aim? So Narasimham committee 1 or 2? 2 recommended the universal banks. What about the Hote and Sodhani committee? Anyone? Well, here I cannot see any answer. Let me just refresh. Okay, so correct answer is obviously option B. That is your Narasimham committee 2. And the question which I asked everyone was this: the Hote committee and Sodhani committee specifically for India's financial sector reforms and capital account liberalization. Fine. Capital account liberalization was one of the major recommendation of these committees for X. Yes, good. Bhargavi, it was for your credit requirements. Yes, credit requirements, financial liberalization, you can say. Then foreign exchange, all these things were covered under these two committees. Okay, which among the following do not fall under the provision of BRA 1949? This chapter is very important when we talk about the banking laws. Question can be asked. Maximum questions will be asked from either the chapter pertaining to the laws, rules, regulations, or for that matter from the institutions, the DFIs. Then we have regulators as well. Such types of chapters become automatically important, directly related to your banking. Do not fall under the provisions of BRA. Scheduled commercial banks, do they fall? If SCBs are not there, then which bank will be there? Fine. State cooperatives, private banks. Fine. State cooperative, agriculture and rural development banks. What about these banks? Fine. They are under one category of banks which is known as what? Okay. SCARBs is the right answer. D will be the right answer. But they fall under what? Whether they are banks or not. That should be your query. So correct answer is D. And for your knowledge, PAX is also there, which is not under the purview of BRA. Fine. Primary agricultural credit societies. Then the SCABs and your PCARDBS, that is primary cooperative agriculture and rural development banks, are classified as cooperative credit societies. Fine, they are societies only. Do not get confused when here it is written as banks, because they are non-banks. They fall under the category of non-banks. Okay, so that you must remember. Fine. This is the second topic from where question can be asked, that is DFIs, development finance institutions. See, question can be asked from anywhere. We are just trying to make a guess. Okay, nobody can predict 100% for sure that yes, question will be asked from this particular unit, 10 marker will be asked. No, 1 or 2 units here and there we can say for sure, like the PSL norms, question will be 100% asked from that. But when we talk about overall exam, nobody can predict that. Correct sequence of establishment of the DFIs. What will be the right answer here? Sequence of establishment we are talking about. See, when we talk about DFIs, you must know that what all DFIs pertain to, what is a development financial institution, and whether we have good number of development financial institutions or not, the number which we have, what do they do, what is their basic aim, all these things you must remember. So correct answer to this will be what? First will be what? You can say the first DFI among these four will be what? It will be IFCI. Yes, fine. Then we have IDBI. After that, EXIM will be there, and then SIDBI. And what about IDBI? If I IDBI is there, na? Yes, IDBI is there. What about you can say the genesis of IDBI? IDBI was there as a DFI. Right now, it is functioning as what? IDBI. Earlier, it was there as a DFI. Right now, we see IDBI as what? So yes, correct answer is B only for this particular question. Do let me know that what is the current status of IDBI. Which among the following DFIs is not a specialized financial institution? Not a specialized financial institution. Whether it is EXIM, UTI, NABARD or TFCI. Indeed, it is option B, that is UTI. And this particular screenshot is from your book only, which is very, very important for our examination. Let me just highlight it with some other color so that you can just see it. Otherwise, I think it's not visible. Okay, now it is visible better. So when I talk about the development banks, then you have IFCI, IDBI, ICICI, then SIDBI, NABFID, specialized FIs. They fall, the EXIM and NABARD fall under the purview of specialized FIs. Investment institutions, LIC, UTIs, state level institutions are SIDC and SFCs. These are also important. So do remember, majorly the question will be from specialized FIs. Okay, SHGs, you have to select the incorrect statement out of the 4 statements which are mentioned here. Lending to SHGs constitute part of priority sector lending of banks. Priority sector lending, do you think that SHGs have that particular part? Financing to SHGs, the banks which we are talking about, they are refinancing up to the extent of 90%, which is done by NABARD. Advances to SHGs are included as part of lending to weaker sections, or loans to SHGs are provided collateral free. Okay, not visible. Okay, I'll be repeating the last slide again, but let's just discuss this question right now. SHGs incorrect statement. So maximum people are saying B, that is up to an extent of 90%. So what will be the right answer? If not 90% by NABARD, NABARD refinances up to 100%. Okay, do remember this fact. Question is already asked from this particular fact. It again can be asked. So B will be the right answer for this particular question. Okay, it is not visible yet. Okay. I think it won't be visible because of the light. It won't be visible. That's what I feel. Because one side is very, very light in the screenshot only. Now is it visible? The font is something else, but let's see. Is it better? When we talk about development banks, then we have IFCI, IDBI, ICI, SCICI, then SIDBI, NABFID. Okay, specialized FIs, EXIM, NABARD, Nifty, FCI. But what we need to remember, see what we need to remember, you must focus on that only. For our exam, development banks, okay, what is the most important one when we talk about development banks right now? Currently, SIDBI is the most important one. Why? Because n number of initiatives, the government initiatives which banks are also implementing, it is from your SIDBI. Fine. MSME also more or less directly linked to your SIDBI. The next one which we must remember is specialized FIs. Specialized FIs, most important ones, NABARD and your Exim Bank. LIC, again important, investment institutions along with UTI. And state level institutions, not that important question, are rarely asked from your state level institution. So SIDBI, NABARD, Exim, LIC and UTI.